Welcome to Stonehands. Did you know that cigarette, adding that you smoke, means to burn your life force? I will tell you a story. Years ago, when I was a lot younger, we were sitting in a park with my friend, drinking some beer and smoking, and then there's this old guy walking circles in a park. Boop, boop. He passes us around 10-15 times, and my friend suddenly asks, "What are you doing here?" And the man replies, "Oh yes, I just had an infarct, and my doctor told that I must walk a certain amount of steps each day." So he was walking, and he was pondering about meaning of life. He said that he has built several nuclear submarines during the Soviet era, and on that very moment he was working for the Russian government in an European country. Strange? And another thing, as he was walking around, he was thinking about the ziggurats, the buildings, the temples in the ancient Mesopotamia, and how they convey the cosmic energy. Like in my back there's an antenna, you can see there. That's also a ziggurat. So he was pondering about the cosmic energy and wondering, okay, Tsi is life force and Kurat is to anchor, but in Russian, Kurit or Garet to burn, cigarette to burn life force. So he was pondering about the meaning of cigarette, of smoking. So, okay. And a few days ago I realized this bit of information was really important. That's because so often we are wasting our life energy. The ancient, the Finnic people, the Estonians, the Finns, they did not say, "Oh, my heart is aching for you, my heart is filled with love," or whatsoever. They said, liver, max. The liver had the power, the liver is the organ of strength. But in modern world, how much alcohol people are consuming, that's crazy. During the First World War, the first people to take up the arms to defend or to fight for our independence in Estonia, in Finland, were the schoolboys and the teetotal associations of people who did not consume any alcohol, did not smoke, etc. And they went to war because they were clear in their head. They had clear intentions. That's why. And after the wars, people started drinking a lot because it's very traumatizing. But I see it's a huge problem. So many people consuming some substances that are hindering their magical, their powerful abilities to transcend their human form to something greater. Like Rudolf Steiner says, the Homo spiritualis. On this very moment we are Homo sapiens. What the heck? It's time to open up our real powers. As I have already recognized, I come from a Vedic civilization, from Veterussia. Rus means a Finn, actually, Finnic people. And Vedic people were connected to the elements of the nature. They had their homesteads, their gardens of paradise, where they could live as long as they desired. One of the greatest programs that has been installed in our mind is that we are going to die, that we are weak, that we are going to get sick, that we have diseases, and fear. The fear of letting go, of fear of not surviving. And this society has been manufactured in a way that it just controls us. One day I was looking on a video that one guy asked from AI, Imagine if there was an utopian world where all people lived in a paradise in harmony, and then there was this evil total plan to control all the people, how it would happen. And it went exactly as it has happened. That's just mind-blowing. Think that artificial intelligence is able to convey such message to you, to me, because there must be the truth. And I'm not saying the AI is the basis of truth, but I'm saying that my feeling comes from long time ago. There is this story I will tell you. It's from the books of Ringing Cedars of Russia, the Anastasia books. And long time ago, during the times of Egypt, the ancient Egypt, there was the high priest called Krati, and the story is called Devil Named Krati. So the slaves were doing their work, building temples, and the guards were guarding them. The slave masters were hitting them with whips, and they were working. But the priest Krati was looking upon them and was thinking, there must be a more efficient way that our slaves will do the work and bring the necessary results that we desire. And he gave an order that he would be dressed as an ordinary slave, and he was taken amongst the slaves. He was chained up, and after a few weeks he started asking questions when he was living amongst the slaves. Oh, life is such a painful existence, most of them said. But then there was one very bright slave who was talking to himself all day long, all night long, and then Krati asks, what are you thinking about? Oh, I'm thinking about a plan how we all can escape from slavery, and it's simple. Tell me more. So when we are having a lunch, all of us, then all of us, when we seize the arms of the guards, in unity, they cannot stand against us, and we can remove them, and we will be free. Okay, Krati asks, but what about the Pharaoh? Yes, we will go and slay the Pharaoh, and we will be free. But what about the priests? What will you do with the priests who are looking upon us? Probably nothing. The priests are harmless. Why should we touch them? So, Krati extracted the information, and then something rang on his mind. And he was taken back to his comrades, to his fellow priests, and he said, I have a plan. From tomorrow on, every slave will be free, and they will earn one coin, one of the Pharaoh's coins, for taking each stone upon the temple hill of building the great temple. And suddenly all the priests realized, you are a devil, Krati. Of course I am. So next day there was an order. All the slaves are free from now on, and they will get paid for each stone that they will take up and build those temples. And they went crazy. I get money, I get coins, and I can work, and I can have things, I can have my freedom from the money, I can purchase myself food, a home, etc. And they went all crazy, started running and bringing the stones. Some of them started building systems how to build or how to carry more stones. Some started offering medical aid, and even the guards, they did not have any work to do, started carrying the stones to earn the money. And that's the greatest scam that the priests have conjured upon the humankind. And this story is really deep and important, and we should keep it in our minds, reflect upon it. Because by consuming something, having this aim that we must earn earn money and to consume, we start abusing substances. We start taking drugs. We start taking, I could say, sugar, alcohol, nicotine, and it can be go much harder, like cannabis, etc., cocaine. And people are disconnecting themselves from the essence of their being because they have been programmed that everything rolls around money. You can buy freedom, you can buy happiness with money. And this creates a disconnection. I'm not saying money is bad, but the perception, how most of us see it, how we cannot depend on the soul nature. We are not able to grow fulfilling food. Most of the time, we are dependent of having money. I had a Russian teacher when I was in the school, and she said, there's one thing that she regrets in her life. And I was like, okay, what is she going to say? And she said, I regret that I have to eat. Eating takes so much time. I have to come to work, earn money to purchase food. Then I must go to a shop, to a store and purchase my food. And then I will have to go home and prepare it, cook it. And then I have to eat it. And the eating is the pleasant part of having food. And that's a quite deep sensation or a thought that she was sharing with us, with children, indeed. And from there on, I have pondered a lot that we have been trapped into our minds and into belief systems. What kind of foods we had to eat, how we must eat the food, and how the food is being exchanged between people, etc. And this all makes me wonder, how real is this system? And by having this force in hitting the back of your head, of my head, of your head, I must earn some money to feel safe, to feel nourished. It makes a lot of people stressed because they had to work, they had to do something to become free. But in the ideal society, we work on the basis of synchronicity, that we are able to attune to the human psyche, and we are able to be in a right place in a right time and help each other out and create magnificent structures, magnificent things, etc. For example, in the ancient times, in the Vedic culture, the homesteads were built by whole villages. Like a young couple was getting married, and they did not have a house, they did not have a garden, but they chose a place and they dreamt their house, their garden, how they wanted it to look like. And they told other villagers, their family members, their friends. And when there was this celebration of their wedding, the family members came with the right plants, with the right animals, and they built even the house in a one day. Because when you have a lot of people doing something together, it happens so swiftly. Like, I know this one man who built a straw bale house, and he just wrote on Facebook, tomorrow we are going to build the straw bale walls. If someone wants to come and help, you're welcome. And there was 200 people in his garden wanting to build the house because they were so inspired by his idea of his dream to build a straw bale house. So during one day he got his walls up like hard work because there were so many volunteers helping him. And this could happen when we live in a society that has been attuned to our cosmic vibrations. And that's also a reason why I work with sound, to cleansify, to purify my soul, myself, my emotions, that I will not depend on the paradigms of the conjured ideas and dogmas of the matrix, that I will be free, that I do not have to depend on the lies that have been programmed into my subconscious mind. I am able to release my psyche and actually have those DMT experiences by just living in the nature, being in the pure bliss, being connected to the life force of all the living things. And I must say that being free from all kinds of substances gives me so much freedom, that I am able to actually look within and to understand the restrictions that I am still installing upon myself. My wife, she saw a dream this night that she was in a school where they were teaching how to become an immortal being. And one of the exercises that they were teaching there was this girl, and she could do the exercise in every 16 hours, and then she had to rest for 16 hours. And the exercise was simple, that she had to run, and she was forbid to look back, because looking back she would fail. So she started running, and in the background there was an explosion, and she looked back and she died. If she would not have looked at that explosion, her mind would not have known that there was an explosion, and she would have lived. So everything that happens to us is because our mind perceives it happening to us or for us. And if our mind does not perceive something, it does not exist. So keep that in mind. What exists for your mind does really exist. And what does not exist for your mind is not there. It's not even an illusion. It's just nothing. It is not there. So please subscribe. See you soon, and goodbye.